Hey guys, it's Melanie, and today I am going to be sharing with you my current skincare routine. This is for morning and night. I tend to get a lot of requests for this. On a lot of my videos, people say that my skin looks really nice, and I do try hard to make sure that I take good care of my skin. I don't tend to use like a ton of products. Like when I go through everything, you'll kind of see that it's actually very basic compared to like most people's skincare routines. But I do definitely make sure that I take my makeup off every single night and that I also wash my face in the morning. Those are like the two main things that I always make sure to do every single day. And I do have to give some credit to my makeup because that definitely helps a lot too. Overall, I would say that I am probably pretty lucky in the skin department. My skin, while it is extremely oily, it is definitely aging better than some people's skin who are my age. I am 35, so I'm not noticing as many wrinkles as some of my friends who have a drier skin type. So I have that going for me. It's insanely frustrating to find products that work for my super oily skin, but I do like the fact that, it's somewhat slowing down the aging process for me a little bit. So that's kind of nice. But so let me just start out talking about my skin a little bit so that you know like why I use the products that I do use. So I just mentioned that my skin is extremely oily. It has been ever since I was like in middle school. My skin definitely overproduces oil in a way that is like astounding. I mean, like if they could like harvest the oil on my face and turn it into like a fuel for something, like I could probably power like a small nation, like that much oil. And I have tried everything in the past that anybody has ever suggested to try to slow that oil production down, including like adding tons of extra moisturizers to my face and all of that kind of stuff. Like nothing has ever really truly worked. So it's just the way that my skin is, and I've just kind of come to accept it at this point. I do have very large pores that comes along with that oily skin that I have. My enlarged pores are mostly on my cheeks, my nose, a little bit like in the middle of my forehead here, and then a little bit on my chin, but not nearly as bad as they are on my cheeks and on my nose. The most oil production is my forehead, my cheeks, my nose, and my chin. I do have like a few random dry spots that I will get from time to time. They are right on the corners of my mouth, as well as sometimes around the corners of my nose here. And that's kind of it. Like literally like 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Everything else shiny and oily as can be. So I guess you could technically say that I have combination skin because I do get those dry spots from time to time. But I think saying that I'm combination is somewhat misleading because like I can't just use products for combination skin because they're not tough enough to really deal with my oil, if that makes any kind of sense. Not that I'm saying you have to use products that are like harsh on your skin, but just kind of saying that like cream cleansers, stuff like that, just don't really cut it for me. I definitely prefer products that suds up, especially when I'm using them on my face, because I feel like that helps to break down the oil just a little bit more. Okay, so you guys know that I'm super oily with a few random dry spots and that I have enlarged pores. And then I wash my face morning and night. So let's talk about, let's start with the morning routine. So I take a shower every single day just because I like that. If I feel like it like starts my day off right. I also wash my hair every single day. Again, that goes along with the oily skin. I also have an oily scalp, so hair needs to get washed every single day as well. When I am in the shower, in the mornings, all I will do is just use a cleanser with my bare hands. So the one that I'm kind of using right now is the Giovanni Detox System Purifying Facial Cleanser. So this is what that looks like. I picked this one up at TJ Maxx for like $5.99, but I've also seen it at Fred Meyer for $6.99, so I know that I can always get it there if I can't find it at TJ Maxx again. And this has activated charcoal, volcanic ash, and super antioxidants, acai and goji berry. And what I like about this is that it definitely makes my face feel very clean, but it doesn't make it feel tight or overly dry or anything like that. This is just like a gel cleanser. Just because it has the volcanic ash doesn't mean it's gritty. It's not gritty at all. There's no exfoliants in this whatsoever. It is just a cleanser that foams up just a little bit and helps get rid of, you know, any products that I put on the night before that it's time for those to come off if they didn't soak into my skin. And it just leaves me feeling kind of refreshed and ready to go. Now, in the last week or two, and of course I forgot to bring it in here, but I just uploaded a video on Wednesday of this week where I gave you guys a little quick tip about using one of those silicone scrublets to get the dead skin cells off when you're in the shower. I will link that video down below. I have been doing that religiously for the last like week and a half, like I've said. It works amazingly well, so definitely make sure you go check that video out. Again, I will link it down below, and that's something that I've been doing every day in the shower as well now to get off the like dead skin cells that have sort of like accumulated, I don't know, overnight or whatever. So that works extremely well. When I get out of the shower, I use the Olay Active Hydrating Beauty Fluid Lotion, just the original, all over my face. I really like this. My Oma used this like I think her entire life, as long as I could remember. And she had beautiful skin. This is just a really nice light moisturizer. It doesn't leave me feeling greasy. It doesn't leave my face shiny, but it definitely moisturizes the areas that need the extra moisture. And it just absorbs quickly. I love this. And thinking back on the way that my Oma's skin looked, like, I'm not saying there's anything like magic in this little tiny bottle, but there's a reason that it's been around forever and that it kind of has a little bit of like a cult following. I know not everybody cares for the rose scent that this has. I happen to love it because it's a memory thing for me. It's a good memory. So I don't mind that scent, but it does have a somewhat strong rose scent. I also know that they have like a version of this that has SPF 15 in it. I get my SPF like when I apply my makeup, so I don't put it, I don't need it, I guess I should say, in my like moisturizer. So after I get out of the shower, I put this on right away all over my face and all over my neck, and especially like underneath my eyes, just to help moisturize that area a little bit. And like I said, it sinks in right away, so I can take it right up underneath my eyes, and it just, I don't know, it makes my skin look great and not feel greasy. So this is absolutely perfect. I've been using this for years and I will continue to use it for years. I absolutely love it. And then I'm done. Like, that's my morning routine. Really simple. I don't put on a separate eye cream. I don't put on separate moisturizers like for specific areas of my face. I don't use any kind of like retinol or, you know, any other kind of treatment. So it's pretty simple. So at night, when I'm going to take my makeup off, I have a few things I'm going to show you guys. Some of them are just things that I'm trying right now, which is why it's kind of a current routine, but I'll also tell you what I just normally do. So first thing I do is I take off my eye makeup. I have used this for a couple of years now. This is Purity Made Simple by Philosophy. So what I will do is I'll turn the water on, I'll wet my face, I'll really make sure that I get my eye area wet. Then I take just about a quarter size of this on my fingertips, rub them together, and then like basically emulsify the eye makeup that I have on. This is so gentle and it takes all of that eye makeup away. I don't use this on my entire face, just my eye area. It's so super gentle. Like, I don't like when you have to get like the eye makeup removers that you have to shake or and use a cotton pad with. Like, I've just never cared for those. When I'm washing my face, like I just want to do everything at the sink. Like, I don't want the extra steps. So this is It's technically an extra step because I use it to remove my eye makeup, but I'm not having to like go through a bunch of cotton pads or anything like that. I always have my fingers on hand, so this is just really easy for me. I love this so much. I buy it in like the big giant 32-ounce size, and then I just refill my smaller 8-ounce one. It's just more cost effective that way if this is something that you use on like an ongoing basis. This does have a somewhat weird like herbally scent to it. That might turn some people off. I have come to really like it because it's just a part of my routine. But Purity Made Simple is all that I have used to remove my eye makeup for a very long time. And I absolutely love it, and I will never stop using this. The second thing I will do is I will get out my favorite skincare item ever in the history of the world. It's my Clarisonic. I am madly in love with this thing. It has made the biggest difference in my skin. This helps to keep my pores so much smaller because it just cleans everything off of my face. So that my cleansers kind of tend to rotate. Like I have some favorites that I've used time and time again, like the L'Oreal Go 360 Clean Exfoliating Cleanser. Sometimes when I get samples, like this is the Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Aging Cleansing Gel. I actually love this, you guys, and I did purchase it in the full size. And you'll see some of the other sample products that I got along with that purchase here in a little bit, but I love this so much. It does have some salicylic acid in it, which is great because the concentration of it isn't so high that it dries my skin out, but it definitely helps to keep like acne at bay. Salicylic acid works very well for my particular skin type. It doesn't work for everybody, but it does work well for me. So over the last couple of weeks, I have used the Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Aging Cleanser, and I love it, and I will continue to use this going forward because I did purchase the 8-ounce bottle of it. So I'll put a little bit of that onto my Clarisonic after I wet it, and then I use the high speed, I guess, because this is a 2-speed option here. I use the high speed for the 2-minute setting, and I literally just place this on my skin and just glide it very slowly back and forth, making sure that I cover every single square inch of my face. I don't use the little beeping thing that they provide you with to like move to a different spot. Like I just kind of like go as I want to. I love this. My pores look so much smaller. I have blackheads like are not nearly as much of an issue as they used to be, and my breakouts are for the most part non-existent. Like there are times when I go through a lot of stress where I will break out a little bit more, but for the most part it is not anything like it used to be. Now, some people when they first get their Clarisonic, they go through like a purging phase and they freak out and they're like, well, I'm not going to use this thing anymore. It makes me break out. The reason that it does is because it so thoroughly cleans your skin that it can kind of bring a lot of things up to the surface. And those things were going to kind of come to the surface anyway at some point. So just get the purge over with and like fight through it. I love this thing. I'm always so surprised when people say that they don't like it. I would suggest maybe trying a different head before you decide that you don't like it. This, for instance, is the Deep Pore head. I just put this on again last night because I definitely wanted a nice deep clean. I also have a giveaway that I'm doing for some generic replacement heads. I will also put that video down below if you haven't seen that. But those are a little bit softer, and last night I definitely wanted a deeper clean, so I put the Deep Pore head back on. But Clarisonic also has a delicate option, a sensitive, a normal, an acne brush option. They also have these new cashmere brushes that are much softer. So I could go on and on about this forever, but essentially this is what I use at night to take my makeup off. I am washing my face for a full 2 minutes, which is a great way to get rid of all of like that makeup. It just emulsifies it, gets it out of my pores, and then I rinse it away. So after that, what I normally do, and let me get this one out. What I normally do when I'm not trying some different things is I either use the Fresh Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil, and you can see that I've gone through a decent amount of this because you only need like 2 or 3 drops. But so I will kind of alternate between this, and I actually just finished my smaller size of this like a couple of weeks ago. The Josie Maran Argan Oil in Light. I love this. Just like, I love both of these. I think I love the Josie Maran just a tiny bit more, but both of them are absolutely fantastic. I use like 3, maybe 4 drops if I want to like also bring it down onto my neck. Pat, massage, tap into my face. Bring it up underneath my eye area. When I am feeling a little bit drier than normal, I will also go over like my dry patches with the Josie Maran 100% pure argan oil in the regular. This is a little bit more moisturizing than the light version. And it's great. It's fantastic. I will always have a bottle of this little stuff around. I will always have a little bottle of the Josie Maran regular around because I like it for like my drier areas. It has a little bit more oomph in terms of moisturization. But these two are usually plenty for the rest of my face. Love them. So worth the price. I know they're expensive, but they last a really long time. And even as like a super oily skin girl, like I've been seeing benefits in using this. It has helped to slow down the oil production just a little bit. Not enough to where it's like not an issue anymore, but it has definitely helped a little bit. Okay, so normally that's it. I will just go to bed at that point and I am a happy camper. If I am seeing that my under eye area is a little bit dry, I will also sometimes use the Egyptian Magic as my under eye cream. Now this is definitely heavy duty. You only need a tiny little bit. So I'll just take a little bit of that, like warm it up and then like tap it underneath my under eye area. And that will be my eye cream if I need it. But like I said, most times I just bring this up underneath my eyes and it's enough. I get a good amount of moisture that way. Over the last like week and a half, I've also been trying some new products. So I've been trying the Peter Thomas Roth Camu Power C x 30 Vitamin C Brightening Serum. Now this was just a little sample size that I got with my Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Aging Cleanser in the full size that I purchased. I had never used a vitamin C serum before, but so what I've been doing is before I put on either my Fresh or my Josie Maran oils, I will put 2 pumps of this like all over my face and let that sink in. It's just kind of a nice liquidy like vitamin C serum. There's quite a bit in here. I bet this will last me like a good 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm excited to see the benefits from this. I guess I'll have to like actually purchase it to see like super long-term benefits, but so far I like it. It definitely makes my skin look nice and bright, and it has a nice orange scent to it, so I've been trying that. And it also came with the Peter Thomas Roth Laser Free Resurfacing Eye Serum. And this is supposed to help undo damage and visibly lessen the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, puffiness, and dark circles. Like I said, my normal like eye cream, if I felt like I needed it, was the Egyptian Magic, but I actually really like this. It's kind of creepy because it comes out red. I know this is like really expensive, but I actually really do like it. It definitely has helped already just in the last week lessen the appearance of like the tiny little fine lines that I have underneath my eyes. Because of my super oily skin, like I don't have a lot of lines around my eyes. Like I said, I'm lucky. But I did have a few, and this has already helped those just a little bit. It just puffs up that skin really nicely and just makes them look like they're almost non-existent. So I really actually do like this. This has 43% Dragon's Blood Eye Complex in it. I don't know what Dragon's Blood Eye Complex is. No idea what dragon they attack to get this. But this is really good stuff. I would absolutely actually consider purchasing this, especially now that I'm moving towards like my 40s. I am going to start needing to use like an eye cream every single night just to like, again, like keep things at bay. I think prevention is better than kind of dealing with things after the fact. So it is probably a good idea that I start using like an actual eye cream every single night. And this is a pretty great one. So anyway, I've been using that. And, then I go to bed. So when I have little spots pop up, what I use to treat those is just pure tea tree oil. This is another thing that works really, really well for me. What I will use is just a Q-tip. Get a little bit onto the Q-tip and then like dot it on like the individual like little spots on my face. And within a day or two, they're pretty much gone. This is a really good like disinfectant. And so essentially it just like purifies your skin. It kills the bacteria like that are kind of like breeding and festering like in the blemish. And it's just fantastic. And it smells really strong. Craig does not like the smell of this at all, but I can tell you that it definitely makes a big difference, and it takes away the blemishes much faster than really anything else has in the past. And I think this little bottle was like $10. Works great, and it's going to last me forever. I mean, I still have about half of this left. I don't normally use like a toner. I did while I was breaking out really badly. I actually made a toner where I used most of this in that toner, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not big on like a bunch of extra steps, so I don't use that toner unless I'm breaking out really badly all over my face. Now, every like week or other week, I will also use like a mask or something. So some that I alternate with are the Philosophy, the Oxygen Peel. I've talked about this in the past. This is great. It kind of foams up on your face. It's not drying or anything like that. There's a couple of different steps to this, but the next time that you're at Sephora, like go read the box. It's a great product, but this is one that I will use sometimes. You guys have heard me talk about the Fresh Umbrian Clay Treatment Bar. So this is just a clay bar that you rub all over your wet face, and then you let it dry, just like any other clay mask, and then you rinse it off. So this one's great. During the summer when I'm crazy oily, the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask is something that I will use from time to time, but not very often because Craig hates the smell of it. And it has kind of a sulfur smell to it more than minty smell. And he just can't stand to be around me when I wear that thing. Or even after, because the smell doesn't go away until I take like a shower the next day. This last week and a half, I've also been trying this. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Peeling Gel. So this you basically smooth all over your face, and then you use your fingers and you like rub, and it sort of collects like the dead skin. The gel is kind of sticky, and so when you have that friction by like using your fingers and your face together, like it causes the product to sort of ball up and to essentially like just collect dead skin and all of that kind of stuff. It stings a little bit when I first put it on, but that goes away quickly. But I really like how fresh and bright my skin looks after using this. This is, again, totally something that I would consider purchasing the full size of because it's really nice. And what sucks is that all three of these are, of course, like crazy expensive. I don't know if it's going to be in my budget for this year, but definitely next year, like when I have a slightly larger beauty budget, these are things that I will actually totally have on my list of things to purchase the full size of. All three are great. And I have to say, that's pretty much it. There's not a ton of stuff. I mean, I've talked way too long for this to be such a simple video, but I don't believe in just doing a bunch of crap to your skin. You know, you guys know that I use the PMD from time to time. This last go around, I was not careful when I was using it, so it's going to be another couple weeks before I'm able to use it again. You can really damage your skin with that. So I recommend following the instructions. It's not a bad product. I will continue to use it. You just need to be so careful when you are using it. It's a great exfoliator. It's definitely a much deeper exfoliation that you can get from like a scrub. One thing I forgot to mention, and I think I have it here. Oh, I totally do. I have my empties bucket sitting next to me. I have been out of this for ever since the beginning of May, but this is something that I will also sometimes use in the shower in the morning. This is the Freeman Feeling Beautiful Facial Polishing Mask. You guys have heard me talk about this quite a bit. I love this. This is like a holy grail thing for me. But it's not like an absolute necessity. Sometimes I will use this instead of a cleanser. So, you know, whatever I feel. If I feel like I want some extra exfoliation for that day, I'll use this. If not, I'll just use whatever cleanser I'm using at the moment. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave me a comment down below, and let me know if any of you have ever tried these Peter Thomas Roth products and what you think about them. Great stuff. I mean, it's expensive stuff, but I've definitely been enjoying it. So if you use that line, what do you recommend? Or tell me your thoughts on the things that I have here from your perspective. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.